saved you like from some type of a work accident that was here.
On an excavator, it was slippery.
So you almost fell off the cliff.
Yeah, I shouldn't have turned and stopped. I should have kept going off that fucking cliff.
Your father tells me he saved you. And what the hell is the connection with you and cars? Like, are you obsessed with cars and vehicles?
My grandfather was, he owned a dealership in BC, and my father owned a dealership as well. And I've always grown up with cars, and I put all my money into cars.
He's busting your balls on the other side. He goes, can you tell him, like, when I did it, I actually made a profit? He says, I went with him. He says it just keeps... Can you stand up? Because know that your father's here. I know you're avoiding me, but it doesn't matter. Know that his soul is here, because he just said to me, Matt, he goes, my son is not going to want to speak to me today. He goes, he's not going to want to connect with me. But yet your father is here when I'm connecting. And know that, first of all, when I'm connecting with your dad, he keeps saying to me, Matt, he goes, I have to reach out to my son because there's things that I wish that I would have gotten to say to him here in this world. He says, and there's things that I wish that I would have gotten to have conversations with him about here in the physical. The first thing that your dad just said to me is that he wants to thank you for stepping up to the plate to take care of your family and to be there for your family here in the physical world. He says, because Matt, when I died, he says, and even before I died, he says, I put everything on my son. He says, my son has been taking care of everybody, watching over everybody. And he says to me that you're pissed with him on the other side. Is that true?
Maybe.
He says, the one thing that I want my son to know is that even though I never gave him credit here in the physical world or said things to him, he says, or acknowledged certain things about him, I want him to know that on the other side, I watch him take care of the family. I watch everything that he's doing. And I want him to know that on the other side and in the afterlife, I am fine. And how do you connect with the motorcycles? What the hell's with the motorcycles?
Yeah, Mom wouldn't let me ever have a motorcycle after Dad died.
Okay. Because of the way that he passed? Or?
Partially.
Wait a minute now. You're telling me your mother never let you ride a motorcycle because of when your dad died and all these things. But he's telling me now you want to get a motorcycle or ride a motorcycle.
Yeah. Yeah.
What were you, a skeptic before you came here?
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. Wait, what?
110% skeptical.
Your father just said to me, nothing's changed. He doesn't want you to have a motorcycle on the other side, he said to me.
That's okay. She won't let me have one anyway.
So know that he's bringing this through, because he kept saying to me, like, he shows me, like, you going, like, looking shit up on your phone, like, looking up, like, motorcycles, or, like, saying, oh, I want this, and your father's saying to me, tell him it's out of the question. No, we didn't need it then, we didn't need it now, and he's bringing that through. He's also telling me when I'm connecting with him that what was really hard is that your father says to me that here in this world, he had, like, inner struggles that he was dealing with here in the physical world, and he says to me, Matt, he says, the one thing is that I was really hard on my son here when I was alive. And your dad says to me that when he was here, he says, the one thing is that I was tough on you because I loved you. He says, and I was tough on you because I wanted to see you go far within your life and be independent within your life. Your dad says to me that on the other side, he is so proud of you every single day, and that you remind him so much of himself, because your dad tells me that you're like a natural person who figures things out. He tells me that, like, you are constantly, like, always, like, okay, I don't know if it's because you're cheap, sir, or what it is. Your father tells me, like, that you handle all of your shit yourself. Like, do you do all, like, repairs yourself and, like, make things yourself and do all these things?
Yeah.
He says to me when I'm speaking to him that on the other side, and wait a minute, hold on, as I'm connecting with him, ooh, I also have another soul that's coming through. Don't pass that microphone back. I'm with you, I'm not with somebody else. There's also a dog that's here, sir. So did you just lose your dog?
Do you know what type of dog?
How the hell do I know? He just told me. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. I didn't look underneath, sir, and I'm not going to. But I do know that he just said to me, the dog's here, the dog's here. So know that it's his way of acknowledging that your dog is on the other side. This was actually a tragedy, like how this dog had passed here in the physical world, from what your father is telling me. So when I'm connecting to this, it looks like this dog had, like, either a growth or, like, some type of, like, tumor or something.
I don't know. Mom said it went to a farm.
I don't even know what to say on that one. But hold on a second. When I'm connecting with your father, I also have to tell you that one of the things that he's acknowledging from the other side is this, is he says to me, Matt, he says, I wish, because your dad passed in tragedy here in the physical world when we're connecting with him. He talks about passing very quickly, about not getting to say goodbye to you, and your father just said to me, that's why I'm here right now. He says, because my son doesn't really believe in the afterlife or the other side, and he certainly wouldn't believe that I'd be coming through and speaking like this. But your dad wants to let you know from the other side that you have no idea what your dad saw when he went to the spirit world. When your dad passed tragically and went to the other side, he realized my life was not only cut short, but I didn't get to tell my son that I truly loved him, that I cared about him and about all of these things. He keeps bringing me this through these different visions, and I'm not quite sure what he's showing me. It looks like, I don't know if this was him or a friend, but he keeps making reference to somebody not having a proper burial and you stepped in. So did you make sure that your dad had a proper burial or like had a headstone of some sort?
I tried to dig it up. I was gonna move it, but yeah, we ended up putting something there.
This is what I'm talking about. As a medium, I don't know your life, right? And this is how the information comes to me. Is your father doesn't come through and say, oh, Matt, can you just tell my son really quick that, about the cemetery and the headstone? What it is that they'll show me different visions, right? And your dad kept showing me a cemetery, and he kept showing me like this blank place, and I see you getting all upset and like swearing and yelling over like this whole thing. And your father kept saying to me, my son's gonna do something about it. My son's gonna do something about it. So the fact that you were gonna go, or still are going to go, or change that, your dad says to me, let him know it doesn't matter to me. So let him know that, because he talks about that being something that you're very upset about. And he's bringing that through. Your dad also tells me that he saved you from some type of a work accident that was here. So did you have an issue where you almost got hurt? What the hell's going on over there?
Reminding him.
Yeah.
Doing what? Doing what?
I was working. Yeah, he might have, yeah.
What were you doing? I want to know now.
I nearly went down a cliff. Yeah. On an excavator. it was slippery.
So you almost fell off the cliff.
Yeah, but somehow the tracks turned and I stopped, and I shouldn't have turned and stopped. I should have kept going off that fucking cliff.
Your father tells me he saved you. You gotta know, I'm from the city. I don't know any of these references. We don't have markers that we dig up. We got headstones, right? It's either you're a headstone or you're cremated, right? It's we don't have cliffs in Rhode Island that you can fall off of. So I'm not familiar with any of these things. But your dad just said to me that he was the one that saved you on that day. He just said to me, he goes, Matt, he goes, my son, only wants, he goes, he's a little bit cheap. He says to me, he only wants to buy what he wants to buy, he says, what you think is value. And what the hell is the connection with you and cars? Are you obsessed with cars and vehicles? Because your father's telling me, Matt, he doesn't spend money, my son. You're lucky he's in the seat right now, because he thinks this is he tells me this was too expensive for you to come to the psychic medium tonight, but you just, your wife and family made you come. But he's telling me, he goes, he doesn't spend his money, but it goes all into the cars, he's telling me.
Tell him.
My grandfather was, he owned a dealership in BC, and my father owned a dealership as well. And I've always grown up with cars, and so yeah, I put all my money into cars.
Your father sees that. He's but you can, he's busting your balls on the other side. He goes, can you tell him when I did it, I actually made a profit? He says, and with him, he says it just keeps. He says to me, Matt, he goes, I'm so happy to get this opportunity to connect with my son. He says, because you have no idea what it's like from the afterlife. Your dad tells me that he sends you signs all the time, and you're looking the other way, not believing it's your dad, not believing that he's there. He says, and I just want him to know that I'm there and with him. And you know what's weird on how your father comes through? And I really want you to think about this. He tells me one of the signs that he sends you is license plates. He communicates through license plates.
Yep.
And did you, in your family, keep license plates from old cars or from his old cars?
No, my last name is Angus, and I see A-N-G everywhere.
Perfect.
No matter what state I'm in, no matter America's here, it's always A-N-G somewhere. Yeah.
So know that one of the things is that he's telling me that that's the way that he's using to reach you from the afterlife. That's the way that he's showing you that he's there. He says, and I want my son to know, he says that on the other side, even though I passed, and I, passed early on within his life, it's your dad's way of letting you know in spirit that he's never missed out on you from the spirit world. He's always here and with you. He is by your side, and I am safe and at peace in spirit. All right, and leave him with that. Give him a round of applause. And hold on, wait a minute. Come take a picture with me, sir. I have to take a picture with you. Get your phone out. Yes, come on over here. Because he just said to me, your father just said to me, come over here into the light, all right? Your father just said to me, he goes, if you don't have proof, he's going to say he was like never here.